Trump news: the likely voters are Donald Trump's biggest election challenge. Donald Trump's hopes of winning the 2024 election may be hindered by a lack of his supporters heading to the ballots, polls have suggested. There have been a number of examples in recent surveys which note that while the presumed GOP presidential candidate in November is ahead of Joe Biden in a general poll of U.S. adults or registered voters, the current president beats Trump when the data is broken down to likely voters. The results indicate that Biden, who has long faced concern about his polling numbers, approval ratings, age, and cognitive ability, may have additional ammunition against Trump as he looks to defeat the Republican in an election for the second time in a row. Newsweek reached out to Trump's campaign team by email for comment. A Big Village poll released in January showed that the presumptive 2024 election between Biden and Trump is neck and neck, with both candidates receiving 38% among registered voters. Yet among those who said they are likely voters, Biden takes the lead 40% to 39% a month earlier. A New York Times CNN poll found that Trump leads Biden by 46% to 44% among registered voters. The findings change, though, as Biden defeats Trump 47% to 45% when only individuals who stated they are almost certain or very likely to vote in the 2024 election or consider also in December. A Reuters Ipsos poll found Trump with a 2-point lead in a head-to-head matchup with Biden 38% to 36% in a survey of 4,411 U.S. adults nationwide. The results improve for Biden again when the results are just between likely voters. In this case, the poll found that in the 7 states where the election was closest in 2020, Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, Biden had a 4-point lead over Trump. Among Americans who said they were sure to vote, Biden won all these states except North Carolina in 2020 and would need to ensure he holds on to most of them while winning strong blue states if he has any hopes of a second term. Kerry Coglianese, an Edward B. Shills professor of law at the University of Pennsylvania Carey Law School, suggested that the reason for the change of outcomes is that general polls feature members of the public who are expressing more of their feeling about the state of affairs, such as the economy, in comparison with voters who intend to go to the ballot box. What would it be like to have another 4 years of President Biden versus President Trump? Coglianese told Newsweek, adding that as the election draws near, people are likely to concentrate more on the subject. The Biden team is hoping to fare well with that comparison. As with any poll result, there are a number of caveats that need to be considered. With 9 months to go until the 2024 election, a lot can happen to change people's voting preferences. Trump is facing 91 felony charges, to which he has pleaded not guilty, across 4 criminal trials. With Biden continuing to be met with concerns about his age and his handling of the Israel-Hamas conflict, there are also still a significant number of surveys which show Trump is the current frontrunner in the close race, including those which only feature likely voters. Christopher Borick, a professor of political science and director of the Muhlenberg College Institute of Public Opinion, said that the rise of Trumpism has buoyed Democratic voters to come out and vote for the past 8 years, which has helped propel Democrats to multiple victories in midterm and off-year elections. Although this bodes well for Democrats in elections with lower turnout, the effect on the presidential race remains unclear, Borick said Newsweek.